Hello, hello.
Raz, raz, teraz?
No sound.
Halo, halo?
No sound. No sound. What's going on?
Raz, raz, teraz?
Sound is going. Only two words and no sound. And gone. No voice anymore. I think.
Coś tam.
Hello, this is Portal Games, and this is a new solution. We are hearing you now. Sound all good now? I don't believe it. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, now. So, once again, for the third time, welcome everybody. This is Ignacy Czerwiak, Portal Games, and I want to say very quickly a few words before the sound is gone. So we have only a few seconds. And guys, this is why I am afraid to put my body into the plane. I don't trust technology. So first we have this amazing seminar on a green screen and everything worked, and then we used another YouTube event, and now the sound is gone. So we don't understand what's happening. We are not the IT guys. But at least now I see you are loud and clear over. Hello, Patrick. I hope that it's true and guys can hear me. So once again, welcome everybody. This is Q&A with Portal Games. After our announcements, we announced 3 new games. We announced a couple of expansions. We reminded you about the games that we already announced months ago. So this is it. It is your time to ask me all questions, and I'm all here to answer them. So this is like a half an hour, 40-minute Q&A. I'm all for you. So I'm looking now at the chat here, and I'm just shooting the answers. Hello, Ryan. When is this coming to Kickstarter? But what is coming to Kickstarter? Who is designer of 11? 11, Thomas Janssen, I believe this is a designer from Netherlands. Super amazing game. We are doing some development. We are tweaking it a little bit, but basically we received the prototype and it was amazing from the start. I loved it. And I will have a ton of interesting stories about this game in upcoming months when we are getting closer and closer to the Kickstarter campaign and then to the release. If you played on PCs, if you played on your computer any Football Manager game, you will be in this game. You will love it. Transfer players, hire sponsors, hire people, like all this jazz in this game. It's amazing. MHS Beagle asked Soul River. At this point, the expansion is out of print. We are now working on the Book of Adventures Kickstarter coming very soon, and next year we will discuss what to do with MHS Beagle. For sure, I can promise you this expansion will be published again, probably in some new form, in a redeveloped form. So please don't spend thousands of dollars on eBay. Don't pay high prices. It will be at some point back in stock, but not in upcoming months. I see the chat is on fire. So if you ask the question and I haven't answered, ask it again and again, because the stream here is going very fast. So most of the questions are just gone. But I will go question after question to answer all of them. Philip asked me question. Dune will be a detective type game in Dune world? Yes, correct. This is inspired by a detective game. Of course, as with Vienna Connection, we made a lot of changes in the system to add this science fiction theme, to build this amazing narration, to bring to life this amazing universe. So there's a couple of twists in the rules, but basically, as you're going to read the cards, you have to get some conclusions, and you will discover interesting stories. Periscope, that is Twitter. Damian, hello Damian. Hello from Chile. Hello Chile. Vienna Connection will be released in Spanish. We hope so. Yes, we have a Spanish partner for Detective. Detective is pretty popular in Spain, so we do hope that Vienna Connection will be released in Spanish. We must wait, of course, for the official announcement from the partner, but I guess yes. Question from James. Will Dune be cooperative? Absolutely yes, James. It's a 1 to 4 player cooperative game in which you all as one team has a task to solve. I'm not sure if I mentioned this during the seminar. It's a once again campaign. These scenarios are forming one story, so this is quite like a base game of detective. Now I read the Dune novels. Great, Darren, perfect timing. The movie hopefully will be in theaters when the stupid COVID is gone. So we cannot wait to, of course, watch the movie. I read these books as a teenager, and then I read them again as an adult person. I absolutely love this universe, and of course, in upcoming months, I will talk more and more about this game and my love to this universe. Like this is not like random IP. This is the game that was the book, the book for me when I was in the high school, when I was a teenager, and I will discuss this in many probably blog posts discussing how I love this thing. Is Dune connected to the movie? Asked Henio Mariola. We cannot spoil too much about the story. Once, because we are obliged by, of course, our contract with Legendary, and then, of course, because it's a story-driven game, so I cannot talk too much. But when we are closing to the release, we will reveal more and more details about the story. Question: will Wrath of the Lighthouse be similar or different to Imperial Settlers Rise of the Empires expansion? Yes, James, it is different. In Wrath, you will receive the 15 scenarios, like in a base game of Empires of the North, so like a booklet with the scenarios, each scenario very different, and a small deck of cards. So in Rise of the Empires, you had a ton of cards, and you were just shuffling them and adding to the system and playing. Here you just have 15 new scenarios and a deck of cards to use in some special situation, and of course the book of paragraphs if you want to play the story. As I said in the seminar, once again, to remind everybody to put more stress on that, you can play them as separately, just new 15 scenarios. If you love them, you play them at any order, whatever you want. But if you are interested in the story we created, you can play them in order, reading additional stories, and you will have this narration story arc. So you can play in different ways. But it is different in terms of the components compared to Rise of the Empires. Less cards, more books. Question from Tropical Penguin 11: with fantasy clubs or real clubs? So we are using real clubs. We had the discussion here in the office because we had a couple of employees who are not interested in the football and they love the game, because as with Pret-a-Porter, as with Legacy, Testament of Judicracy, the system is legit, the gameplay is legit, it's interesting. So we had a couple of our employees who were trying to convince me, Ignacy, let's make it just regular economy game about any business because it's so cool and we don't care about the football. I said no, we are doing it as a football game. So it is serious. You have like, of course, we have no license to use proper names of the clubs, but we will use like real clubs, and we are going to Kickstarter. So we will see what will happen when we get feedback from you, from the users, from the fans. Don says, good morning, Robbie. Good morning, Robbie, to you from me as well. Will Dune be this is a very difficult word for Polish speaker. I understand what you are saying, James. As with detective game, the same situation. You can play these cases, you can play these stories, and then you can play them again to discover different branches of the story. But basically, it's like going to the movie. You go to the movie to watch Dune. You spend 2 hours in the movie. It's amazing, and then you buy a game and you spend another 12 hours playing it, and then it's done. It's like a movie or like a book. Bartosz, question: why Kickstarter, not GameFound? As for okay, so make it very clear. Speaking Kickstarter, I'm saying crowdfunding. There is no final decision if you go to GameFound or Kickstarter. I'm using Kickstarter as a word to that it will be crowdfunded, but there is no final decision on where we go with that. Henrik, hello Henrik, how are you? Empires of the North, is it possible to get a big box when you make Wave second expansions? Henrik, I think it's coming. I think at some point we will have to do that. The game is still popular. We still have great sales of the game and great feedback from you. We are putting these new expansions, and if the line will confirm in this year, 2021, that it is a strong seller for us, we will consider in the next year giving you some big box and some additional stuff. So yes, it may happen. Jakub asked me, do you have any plans for Detective Season 2? Jakub, there is a discussion about that. Season 1 was amazingly received in Germany. It was amazingly received in France, a couple of reprints already. It's insane. We are very happy with our fans in France and in Germany. Quite good feedback in America. Very happy as well. We are doing reprint. So season 2 might be in consideration. We have a couple of ideas for the new cases, so it may happen, but we will see. And if we will announce it next year. James, hello James. Question: will the Book of Adventures contain the Lord of the Flies adventure and the Sand adventure? At this point, there is no such decision, but we are going to Kickstarter, and we will do polls. We will ask you which of the previously published fun expansions, fun scenarios you want to add to the book. So it is one of our plans for Kickstarter to be in communication with you, interaction with you, and ask what you want us to add to the book, because this is why we're going to the Kickstarter. James, thank you, Ignacy. Absolutely, here I am for you. Great explanation of how adventure game system works. Thank you, sir. Could you tell something more about petty officers, please? Ask me, Biogos. To be honest, I cannot, because this expansion is all about the twist. I can say at the beginning, the premise of the expansion, the thing that we'll find in the blurb on the back of the box. So there is a circus. The lion ate the person, and the lion is about to be killed, like, because it is dangerous. But there was something shady about it. Like, this lion basically was very polite lion. So players are sent to just double check if everything goes okay. And then very strange things will happen in the circus. So it's amazing. As I said in the seminar, some of you will say it was the worst case in the whole line. I hated it. I want to sell it on eBay for $1. And some of you will say, oh my God, that was the best case in the whole line of detective. Mike Selinker is a great designer. He's a great talented person, and he will surprise you, I promise you. Tropical Penguin question: could the Book of Adventures include perhaps some scenarios for First Martians, maybe as some stretch goals? Tropical Penguin, I haven't played First Martians for years now, so it is impossible for me to design a few new ones just on the fly. Like, I haven't played First Martians for so long, so at this point I strongly doubt it. I'm so sorry. Would you reprint the Robinson Crusoe Adventures on the Cursed Island Voyage of the Beagle? Yes, I did. I said it at the very beginning of this stream. Absolutely, there is such a plan, but not in this year. But yes, it's coming. Please don't pay on eBay. Don't pay huge money for this product. It will be reprinted. Just be patient. We have 172 people in the chat. I'm so happy that you are here with me. I appreciate that. It's a big day for me. It's a big day for Portal Games. If you are fans of the company, I think you understand for us the great announcements, the great new games to be released. So we are all very excited, super tired, super stressed. We are live streaming here from Poland from 9 a.m. It's right now 4 p.m. in Poland, so we are streaming for 7 hours straight. Ton of emotions, but I'm very happy. Facebook, Henio, Moloch expansion is played only with the base game or with expansions? Henio, as with all other expansions, you take the base 88 counts, you shuffle the Moloch expansions, and you play, and you are not adding anything else. And with this expansion, it is particularly important because in this Moloch expansion there are these Molochs and the robots that are attacking you. So you definitely need to have exact number of cards as we designed it. More content for First Martians, I beg you. Glan Niebieskie, I appreciate the feedback, but it is like a few years too late. People hated the game, and I said, okay, I understand you hate it. It's very sad for me. I put so much heart and talent in this game, but if people hated it, I respect that, and I moved on. It's as simple as that. Mashan asked me about the new Signature Series announcement. Today we were not ready yet. We hope to have some announcements later this year, or at least next year in January. So yes, definitely we are having a couple of designers. We are in contact with a couple of designers, a couple of writers, but it's a big decision for the designer to write the whole story for detective. It's a month of work. It's really not that easy. So nothing signed yet, so I cannot announce anything. But yes, I can confirm that we are discussing with some talented storytellers. Will Treasure Island and Dr. Livingstone be included in the new book for Robinson? Will they keep the same format envelopes as newspaper? Thanks, asked Grumbly. Yes, they will be in this book. As for the form, if this will be as the letters or maybe as additional pages or as maybe something else, no decision made. That's why we are going to crowdfunding and ask you. So we are going to really go with this basic project and then be very interactive with our fans. So we will see. James asked me, congratulations to everyone at Portal for putting together such a great live stream, keynote, Q&A. Really appreciate that. Thank you, James. Absolutely. I love being with you. It is a super stressful moment for me today. I'm speaking in my not native language, making grammar errors every 5 seconds, and this is frustrating for you. It is frustrating for me, but I'm doing my best. And to be here on the green screen and announce the biggest game we ever did, the Dune, it was a ton of stress, a ton of pressure. But now, as you can see, I'm much less stressed than this hour ago, and now I'm finally smiling. So yes, it was an amazing day. Question: Europe had the opportunity to buy a limited edition of Deluxe 51st State. Will there be anything like that for US customers? I'm so sorry, but no, we just found in our warehouse a few copies, and that's why they were once again on the sale. In a warehouse in America, there's no copies left, so it was just accident that we just found a box with the few games, and that's why they were on sale. Daniel asked me, if not new first Martians content, what about the new Robinson Crusoe-like game? Daniel, on one hand, in many interviews, I said that I'm slowly preparing to stop designing games. So at some point it will happen. I will not design games for a long time. But I have a couple of ideas for the game that uses the Robinson Crusoe system. So in the future, I will have at least one game that uses similar system to Robinson Crusoe, but it's a future. Dune House of Secrets? No, this is Dune House Secrets. 11 and Empires of the North solo, no-brainer for me. No-brainer, I hear you, Darren. Absolutely. For me, yes. Of course, we all love the games that we design. We are the publisher that is not buying license and bringing to the count to America, but we are designing them. This is hours and months of devotion, working, brainstorming, tweaking, fixing. So of course, I love all the games that with Portal logo, and Dreadful Circus from Bruno Faiduti, mind-blowing. 11, amazing game, and of course Dune, months of work already with this system. So I love all these products, and I hope you will have a great time with them. Ryan asked me, you are doing great. Thank you, I absolutely appreciate that. The keynotes were amazing. Love the preparation you put into it. Yeah, there was we made a lot of preparations to make it happen. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Zaki. I hated First Martians. Sorry, but I love Portal Games and Ignacy as a designer. I understand that. We learned our lesson. The product was overcomplicated. I recorded here in Poland, and maybe I will do once in English, but in Poland it is so much easier for me to discuss these difficult topics. But I recorded here in Poland 1 hour, believe it or not, 1 hour video with my commentary a few years after release of First Martians, with my perspective on the First Martians right now. We recorded this video last year and published on Polish YouTube, and it was very popular. I had lots of comments and lots of likes, and I said what I have in my heart about this game, and people appreciate that. So maybe I will decide to do something like that in English, but as I said, English is not my native language, so it is always more difficult for me. Will there be a spot and a reference material for the Beast expansion in the Year of the Moloch box? Michael, this is an amazing question, and I think not. I think it will be too late. I think that Neuroshima Hex Year of the Moloch will be released in summer, and the Neuroshima Hex Beast will release in fall season, and it will be not working. But I'm not sure. But it's a good question. I should double check with my team. But I think you might be right that the Year of the Moloch will release, and then the new army, and it will be too late to add this additional content. Passion, typical Portal Games. Yes, I'm over passionate. Like I'm dangerously passionate for everyone. Thanks for the answer. Who's the designer of the 11? Thomas Janssen from Netherlands. Designer. He has a couple of games designed already, but rather smaller ones. This one is quite a big one. As I said in the seminar, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I should say in the seminar. I don't know if I said it. The game is scenario driven, which is mind blowing. Because before the game starts, you have a task, like for example, finish at least at the 5th position in the league, or finish with the much higher budget than at the beginning, or make the players younger, like all these different tasks that you have from your boss as a manager. So 6 different scenarios, great replayability. Each scenario can be played many times, like in Robinson Crusoe. They are amazing. So Thomas did amazing job, and we are so proud to release this game. The Portalcon website seems to be down, says James. Yes, we had a problem today in the morning. We started at 9 a.m. in Poland first. and we have the keynotes in Polish. We announced today 12 games for Polish market only. And then when we announced them, and then when we set our fans to go to our Portalcon website because there was some surprise for them, additional content, the whole website went down. And we are working now. Marek is working right now to fix this website. So yes, Portalcon PL is down for the past few hours. We know that. Lord Vader, don't talk badly about the first Martian. It is not so difficult at all, or the instruction is not so complicated. I love the game, but it had a very bad opening. Question: Dune, what language versions? It will be in English, it will be in Polish. We will discuss in later in this year. How do I convince my wife to play 11? Football is for her a no-go. John, it's very simple. You buy pret-a-porter, game about the fashion. You bring it home. You put it on the table. I guess your wife will be interested in playing pret-a-porter, game about the fashion. You play, you have a great game night. And then a few months later, you come home with 11. You put it on the table and says, back then I played you this stupid game about fashion. I sacrificed myself to play a fashion game, and now I want you, my dear wife, to sacrifice for me and play with me this amazing football game. And it will work, trust me. Is the football manager co-op? No, it is not co-op. It's everybody is running their own club. You are transferring players. You are stealing them from each other. This is like a transfer market. There is employees. So no, this is everybody that plays against, and you see who will end up the season higher. Facebook, Elms End. What to expect this year? Henio, we do Elms End for Polish markets. I will not bore our English-speaking fans with that, but you can expect them more and more expansions, obviously. Question: Dune with a dedicated website similar to Antares or no website? Yes, the game uses a website. For some moments, I cannot say much right now, but yes, the game uses website as well in some similarity to detective details coming soon. Ignacy, can you please respond to my message at Twitter next week? We should talk about some business stuff. I absolutely will. I was extremely busy these days, but yes, I will, I promise, and this is on the record. I said I will respond, and this is on the record. Ross, hello Ross. Are there any plans to reprint the Hiroshima Hex terrain pack? I'm not sure if this is... I think it is in our web store here in Europe. Please send us email to portal@portalgames.pl asking this question, because I think that we have it in store here in Poland, and the only task for us is to just ship 100 or 200 copies of that to our warehouse in America. So please follow up this question in the email and we will figure it out. Ignacy, don't skip my question. I never do. Is 11 a reprint of Club Stories by the same author? Yes, this game is a redevelopment of this game called Club Stories. Club Stories was a solo game, and we received that and we are redeveloped. So yes, this is the same designer and it's the same concept. Absolutely, you are absolutely right. I thought last year you said that the soccer game that is in the works is yours. No, it is not my game. I said I loved it, but it's not my game. We are developing it. We are changing it. We are working on this game here in our Portal Games development studio, but it is not my game. Absolutely no. Chris Day, what date will Book of Adventures go live on Kickstarter? This is a very valid question, and I love this question. And I don't love one thing. I don't know the answer, but I know it is the end of the February. We are aiming at the end of the February. We are working right now, but the aim at the very beginning of the year was to prepare Portalcon, to make it happen, to announce Dune. Oh my God, we announced that, and I'm so proud and happy. And then when we announced that, now starting on Monday, I will take 1 day break. Starting on Tuesday, we discuss Kickstarter for Robinson Crusoe Book of Adventures. It will be late February. Please be prepared. Do you accept game designs and how can we get them to you? Absolutely. The perfect example is we just announced the game from Bruno Faiduti. We just announced the game from Thomas Janssen. So yes, and we just announced the $1 Million Script from Daniel Stam. So yes, we accept the prototypes. You send us email with the short description of the game. If it sounds interesting for us, we ask you for the short video, the presentation of the game, and it is still interesting, we ask you for the prototype. These are these 3 stages: first email, then YouTube, and then prototype. So yes, in this year we'll release four games, and there is 1 game designed by me and 3 games designed by other designers. Absolutely. My wife loves Robinson Crusoe, said Aydin. I appreciate that. My wife hates Robinson Crusoe. She never plays that. So yeah, wives. Facebook 11 Legacy Edition, player stats, etc. etc. 11 no Legacy Edition, no. Question: will there be a continued story of the same detectives from detective base game? The boss of the detective looked like there was more story behind it. Tropical, this is a very good question, and you are right. Przemysław Rymer, the writer of the big story, designing the players during the campaign were able to learn much more about Richard Delaware and who he is and his past and why he started Antares, etc., etc. So Przemysław knew that, and there was part of the plot. But because, as we saw in the playtesting, the campaign was already complicated, already had so many plots, already had so many different clues, that we decided to, in the final version, to remove it. So in the prototype version, during the case number 4, players were able to find documents about the past of Richard and his youth. I don't know if we will get back to it, maybe sometimes to celebrate, 10 years anniversary of Detective, to release some DLC, to let you learn about Richard. It is written, like we, as me, Przemysław and other writers, we know about Richard a lot. Tomasz asked me about if Dune is similar to Detective. Yes, we are using Detective system, but we are using some tweaks, some changes. The game is inspired by Detective, but it is a brand new standalone game with some new ideas. And as I said, players are getting experience, players are getting stickers, etc., etc. We Book of Adventures fit in the box? Yes, Book of Adventures will be in the size that is similar to the size of a scenario, because these are scenarios, so yes, absolutely yes. Morning, folks. Hello, good morning. For us, it's a good afternoon, 4 p.m. in Poland. Henio asked me about the Delaware in the Vienna connection. There was also a short clue about Richard in Vienna connection, because they are connected, and once again we had to remove it because it was too much of the already complex story. So once again you need to ask for the DLC for some anniversary edition. Ben is here. Can we get a Book of Adventures scenario with Bonacor on the island with you? That will be interesting. He will be drinking, I'll be eating cookies, it will be a fun time, and Bonacor would say at some point, why the rum is gone? Well, and then we would start asking for help. Will Dune have a companion app or a website? Asked James. You will use a website as with Detective, and the use of the website is there's a less use of the website compared to Detective, but yet there are some moments when you will use a website like Final Report or something like that. Question: do I need to know the books to play the Dune board game? And Bartosz, this is a perfect question, and I didn't explain that in the seminar, but now we have a time, so I can discuss this. We playtest Dune on both groups, and this was very important for us at the very beginning. And at the very beginning, we gathered 2 groups of playtesters. One playtesters knew the books, and other groups of the playtesters never read the books. And our goal, of course, is to have the product that is interesting and fascinating for both of these groups. Of course, we are familiar. We understand that when the movie is out, so many of you will see this amazing masterpiece, this amazing movie, and love it. And then you will know the lore of the game, will understand the universe of the game, and will jump immediately into the system. But yet, we consider situation that you buy the Dune without watching movie, without reading the books, and our goal is to you have fun. So that's why I said in the seminar that I said that, right? Because yes, I said that there is a prologue. There is a 3 basic cases to solve, but there's also a prologue to help you get familiar with the world, to help you get familiar with the rules and the whole system, and slowly put you in the mood to play the big 3 cases. So yes, if you don't know the books, you can play it and have a fun. This is how we design the playtest. But definitely go to movies, see the movie, because it's gonna be amazing. Guys, last few questions, because we have to prepare for the next show. Hope all lovely people here are fine. Absolutely, we are fine. Now I can finally smile. I was so stressed before the seminar, but now I'm all amazingly good. Thank you. Robinson Crusoe Playmat 2022. Yes, we can discuss that. Do you have the opportunity to watch the movie before designing the Dune game? If yes, lucky you. I haven't seen the movie. I read the books. I'm a huge fan of these books. As I said, for me, that was one of the biggest books when I was a teenager in a high school. Then I read them again when I was adult, and then having a chance to work on this IP was a really dream come true. So yeah. I would say that Legendary was lucky to find me because I really love this IP. I really love this universe, and I'm putting all I have to make it an amazing game. Guys, I want you once again to invite you to next events. Like this is Ignacy talking very fast with a Slavic accent and bad grammar. We have now people joining this YouTube channel with the new content. So in a few minutes on this very channel where you are watching, on this very channel, you will see our Twitch gang, Paul, Captain Link, David, Curdy, all this, Ben, I think there is also all this gang that does the Twitch streams for us, and they will discuss this announcement. And here is the thing: they know about the Neuroshima Hex Beasts more than I, because Captain Link played it. They know more about the Wrath of the Lighthouse. No, I know more, but they know something about the Wrath of the Lighthouse. They know more about Egyptian kings because they played the final version, while I only played the prototype. So you can ask them questions about these expansions and get new information. So it will be amazing stream with once again a lot of knowledge thrown at you about these new products. And then we have a gameplay of Robinson Crusoe, this new expansion, Book of Adventures. One of these scenarios will be presented, and they are going to die horribly, hopefully. And then we also have a gameplay of Egyptian Kings, the newest expansion of Empires of the North for the first time in public. We are presenting it, so very great content for you. I hope you will love it. So this is what's happening, and now I will have to take a break and go back to Polish streams, because I promise my Polish fans once again something special for them as well. So I will take now a few minutes of break, and then you keep being here on this channel, on this YouTube channel, and see our upcoming content. And if you are here for the first time and you are wondering what this dude is doing here, I'm a streamer. I stream every Monday. What time? 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Polish time. Google it. It's like 9 a.m. Eastern time. Every Monday I'm on internet. I speak as fast as today, and I discuss different topics. Last week I was teaching you how to operate on Board Game Geek, and the week before I was discussing the biggest news of the industry of 2020. Every Monday I meet with fans and I talk very fast about the industry. Every Monday 3 p.m. Polish time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. So please subscribe, please be with me, please give us a like on this YouTube channel, and then I say goodbye. See you. And as I said, in a moment the Twitch team is here, and then they have lots of attractions for you. Marek, I said goodbye. You